Are we live? Hey, guys. Hey, hi. Yo, hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. Hey, guys. Hey, hi. Yo, hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to the stream. Okay, I'm going to shut that off. Why is there an echo? Oh, okay. Probably shouldn't accidentally have my own stream up on another. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hey guys, how's it going? Hey, Space Tree. Hey, how's it going? Thank you, Turtle Proof. Thank you, Space Tree, for being here. I have no idea. I don't know if I can see how many people are here. Let me. So anyway, how's it going, guys? It's I don't know if you've seen my thumbnail, but I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So we'll see how this goes. I'm just gonna kind of wait a little bit to see if more people will filter in. 5 people. Thank you, John. Thank you very much. Yeah, so just impromptu stream. I have never streamed before, so forgive me for all the technical difficulties I'll probably have tonight. I don't know. I just wanted to stream. So just gonna wait a little bit. You figured it would be one of those streams. Yeah, you probably did, John. Anyway. I don't know. 4 people. Yeah. Look at all this energy I have. It's probably scaring people away. Hey, how's it going, Gypsy Reaper? So yeah, I don't know, guys. Hey, Courtney, how's it going? Trying to wait to see if other people might get in here. I had thought about streaming a little bit before. My friend John, who's in the chat, Turtle Proof, had told me to do this a long time ago, but I honestly didn't even know if I had the means to. Apparently I do. I just don't know if I have the personality sometimes. I just fumble around with words sometimes and don't know what to talk about. I'm not sure. I want to make sure this is all like not janky. Oh, okay. I do actually have a counter up here to see. Okay, sweet. All right. I did not know how this program worked. Cool. Queer Kaiju, hey, how's it going? Thanks for coming. That's okay. So do most YouTubers. Yeah, Space Tree. I don't know how a lot of people do the stuff like by themselves, like Markiplier or stuff like that, where they're just constantly barraging words out of the camera and they don't completely sound like a moron when they're doing it and are entertaining. So Hufflepuff Pride is here too. Yeah, so was this a mistake? Probably, but I don't know. I just decided it would be fun to just do a little stream. I don't know. Probably a lot of people are playing Doom Eternal and Animal Crossing right now, so I'm not sure how many people I'm going to get. This might have been a bad night to do this. But anyway, we'll see. I'll possibly have a guest coming later, but I don't know when he will be. Might be popping in a little while, but I don't know. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure. Anyway, how's life, guys? You know what? Maybe that's no. Don't. Okay, don't answer that. Actually, don't answer that. Oh, you are playing Animal Crossing. Oh. Hey, Captain Ackles. Hey, how? Cap. I actually never remembered how to say how. I was about to ask you how do you say your username, but then I realized this is you can only give me text, so that's not really going to work probably. Life is strange. It's also a video game, I think. Yeah, yeah. Just remember, everyone, to wash your hands, please, please, for the love of God, just wash your hands. Um. So anyway, kaiju stuff. That's what my name is, Professor Kaiju. Um, I've said way too many times. Ackles, like Jensen. Ackle. I probably should have written down some stuff to talk about ahead of time. But I had it all in my head. I had it all in my head earlier, but now I'm kind of like, show us your well, maybe if you could spell figures correctly, Turtle approved. I can show you all my favorite one that I love so very, very much and dearly. His name is Googleus, and he's from SSSS Gridman. And he's like just my favorite kaiju of all time right now. Because he's got a long neck. He's very goofy. In the show, he acts like a guy in a suit. He walks very stiffly. And I don't know, he's just goofy as hell, and I love him. I love him so very much. You're not from the South. Don't try to... You live in the same state as me. Virginia, I don't know. Does Virginia count as the South? I mean, I guess it's supposed to count as... Can everyone hear me correctly? I'm not... This is too loud. God, just professional. Very professional here. But anyway, talking about Gridman, I am still very hard at work at my next stupid video. Okay, cool. Okay. Good. I just wanted to make sure because I'm still getting used to this microphone because it's actually more of like an official thing with you can set in the gain from to and from the mic, and I just want to make sure it's not whatever. Yeah, I mean, I guess we were the Capital Confederacy here, so that is pretty south, yeah. Anyway, if anyone has been wondering on the channel, I am still trying to get a video out, and I am sorry, guys, if anyone here has been waiting for anything to come out. I have just had a slew of problems, my own personal problems, getting this stupid, cursed video out. And eventually I will. And then I'll just delete my channel. Oh, Turtle approved. You're too nice. Yeah, I know. Guys, you guys ever have an anxiety before? Let me tell you. It's not fun. But yeah, I really, really do want to get this video up at some point. And it's been working. I've just been working at chipping at it a little bit at a time. And kind of made it into this giant mountain out of a molehill. And just been stressed even working on it for the past several months. And then the holiday season with work and just additional stress and anxiety from that. So yeah, I don't really know what to talk. Cause there's nothing good going on right now in life that I want to talk about that I don't think anyone wants to talk about right now. So, let me think. I mean, if you got thoughts on Ultraman so far, okay. So we have a guest in the audience. I'm not sure if I'll review who they are. But someone who knows I've been watching the original Ultraman so far. And God, is the original Ultraman really interesting? And by interesting, I mean it's very old and dated. I see how a lot of the stuff started with a lot of other later tokusatsu stuff and a lot of stuff that I can see why it became popular at the time it did, but those kaiju suits are like, some of them are like, we've spent like a good week trying to, you know, design this, and some of them like we had 10 minutes to. I've seen Ultra Q. Yeah, I have not seen Ultra Q yet. I know it's the predecessor to Ultraman, but and I heard that's like more of like a what do you call those? Like not like, it's, I can't, I'm not, I don't know, like one of those like random, like every episode is like a random news story sort of thing, not following a certain like group of people. I really do want to go see some of the other later Ultraman stuff. I really want to see Kamen Rider. Apparently has now just gotten like some streaming, like is put on some streaming platform. I really want to watch that too. Include some plates on Bear. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Prof Kaiju. Like if the Godzilla, if crap, what was that one's name? It was, I say it started with like a G or a J. The Jiris. Like they just literally took Godzilla and threw a frill on it. Yeah. And then, yeah, what was it? There was one that was, yeah, Jiris, yeah. There was one that they did that with Baragon, right, in Ultraman? I don't know. I've gotten like a little more than halfway through the series, so I may not have seen that one yet. I do know that Peace Star is a very interesting kaiju who definitely is not two men in a starfish costume holding a bat face. What the fuck? Niranga Gabura. I don't remember the other. Okay, so they used him 3 separate times? That's so weird. Yeah, Ultraman's morality is questionable. I am actually very like, I shouldn't touch my eyes. You're not supposed to touch your face. I am very like confused with like how Ultraman like is seeing the level of violence sometimes. Like randomly he just beats a monster, it blows up. And other times he just cuts it like straight in half. And I'm just like, it's all over the place. And like this was for children. Of course, I know Japan is a little different with their with what they put on TV compared to like us. Yeah, I shall commit. Oh my god. Megular was the other. Okay. Yeah, I'm Magular. I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and make sure that I didn't already see those. Some of them just it makes me appreciate like how far they've come with some of the kaiju designs, but like I can definitely tell they were working on a budget. Yeah. 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 Come on, Professor, think of something. So, Gridman. I don't know. What am I? I'm drinking a Monster Energy drink because I don't know. I'm dumb. That high schooler in me. I just always liked the flavor of Monster Energy drink. So a lot of people say it's like tastes like garbage. So the other TV monsters, are they Kaiju 2? Wait. What does that mean, Courtney? You want to watch Gridman? Yeah, you can actually watch Gridman on... You can watch it for free, subbed on Crunchyroll. And the actual original the original live action show is on YouTube. Some people may have uploaded it. It's not the best quality, but it's also not the worst quality. Is that Hydration of Champions? Yeah, it's a Hydration of Champions. Everyone who all the big YouTubers drink nothing but Monster energy drinks. I'll tell you what. Be a pro. Be like me. Don't get any sleep. I like the taste of Surge. I've never had Surge. I always wish Monster made drinks based on monsters. Yeah, you know, I think another kaiju YouTuber had said that they were very surprised, or it may have just been someone on like one of the groups I was on, said that they were surprised that like Monster Energy Drink didn't do a cross promotion with King of the Monsters. That really is a missed opportunity, especially like Monster Zero Energy Drink, you know, like King Ghidorah's like nickname. Like they could have easily just done like green, red, blue, and yellow ones for all four monsters. Like, I don't know. Who have done new flavors or something. Are Gridman monsters kaiju? Wait. Courtney, like a Hydra or the crab. You know, Courtney, that is it's just like John said. It's up to everyone's interpretation. Now, if I wanted to be like realistic about it, I'd say it depends on a lot of different things. A lot of people like to say that it has to be Japanese origin to count as a kaiju, and I agree with that to an extent, but like we count Kong as a kaiju. Like I'd say something as large as the Kraken in my book, I would say that's a kaiju. Depending on how big the Hydra was supposed to be, maybe. I don't know. I know size is always a thing. I can't remember how big the original King Kong was either to count as a kaiju. And in at least in as much as my channel, I'm willing to count a lot of things that shouldn't be kaiju as kaiju in order to talk about them. If I could ever get a video out on anything, that would be helpful. For real, I think that's up to each person. I really need to move this camera because there we go. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. It's been 29 years and Sega has yet to do time promotion with Sonic Drive in the chain. You know, I also don't understand that either. Like, did they do anything with the movie and the Sonic restaurants? I don't think they did. Unless I just wasn't paying attention. Sleeping out on a long distance relationship. Very good for my show. Oh, that's nice, Juggles. Is Daikaiju specifically the big kind? Yes, Daikaiju. Kaiju. I've seen kaiju be used for like smaller monsters, but yeah, Daikaiju just literally does mean like giant or big monster. Like 30 feet was like he was over 30. I thought he was a little bit bigger than that, but okay. To me, it just feels pointless to gate off based off a location because that's really a Western concept. As far as I'm aware, Japan doesn't gate it off like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's confusing. They did a promotion with Jack in the Box and Pizza Hut in Europe. Jack in the Box? That's so stupid. King Kong 3. Oh, I thought King Kong 3. King Kong was 3 stories tall, so don't. Yeah, that's right. I know Gargantua Cast says it has to be a minimum of 25 feet. No, but they seriously pushed that Olive Garden spot. I haven't seen the Sonic movie, right? Because he makes some type of like breadsticks and soup joke or something in there. I don't get it. I really don't get it. You could have just had a fucking get like 5 chili dogs for like $3 Sonic, you know. Guy shit fast, you know, but didn't do that. 40 to 50 feet tall. No, they seriously push up. I agree. Space like isn't all animation in Japan considered anime in Japan? Yeah, I'm not one to like gatekeep off of things like that. I just know like people have tried to make like a more serious. What is a kaiju? Let's put it into like some bracket thing or whatever. if it's big, I've heard some people say like, you know, you have a moose and the moose is like normally like, I don't know, like they get up to like 5 feet tall. You know, okay, let's just take let's just pretend like a moose is, yeah, normally it can go up to like 4 feet tall. And then you've got a moose that's 10 feet tall. And is that like the kaiju of moose? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Like, do you count it like just, is it big for its own species? Or is it big just, does it have to have a prerequisite size? I don't know. I'm a professor, but I do not take that seriously. If you want to call something that's like 20 feet tall a kaiju, you fucking go ahead. I'm not going to backsass you at all. Dickard, hey, how's it going? I'm so happy you're here. King Kong 3, he is evil. Oh god. Yeah, this time he's back for trouble and he's got a fucking shotgun taking down those planes. I have a question. If Gunhead was a sequel to Godzilla, it's that snare mounting Brooklyn. Okay, Juggler, I have not seen Gunhead. So I have no idea. I'd have no idea. I know Matt from Atrocities has seen it. I have still not seen it. I know he says it's a terrible movie. I want to see it because he says it's a terrible movie. I will not watch The Greasy Strangler, though, even though he loves that movie. That movie scares me. Oh, a dire moose. Okay. Sonic is a Japanese brand where the main character has fought multiple giant god monsters throughout its run. Therefore, Sonic the Hedgehog is tokusatsu. Yeah, I've seen some gameplay from some of those games. I don't understand how Sonic went from I'm fighting a man in an egg like robot carrier thing with a fucking mace attack, like a little swinging ball, to fighting like a literal like ancient elder god in one of the other games. That entire culture scares me. The Sonic culture. Moose are huge. Yes, they definitely are. Don't see Gunhead. It's wretched. Thank you. Okay, well, maybe I won't. Just listen to the score and you'll get all you need out of it. Sonic's Toku is shit, bro. Turtle, prove you didn't have to do that. You don't have to give me money. I mean, I'm not going to stop you from giving me money, but buy some hand sanitizer. Well, if I could find it. Hold on. Let me see if this will actually work on here. Did anyone hear that? Did you hear like a cash register? Did that actually work, or did it probably didn't, did it? Oh, nah, never mind. I guess it doesn't work with this program. So I'm using something called like StreamYard, that Matt from Monstrosities was using, because you're able to like link multiple people on there. And I was trying to use like a certain thing I got that would like throw in sound effects or be able to throw things on there too, but I don't know if it actually works with that program or not. And I was going to try to run this program through like another program and then run that through YouTube. But I didn't have the time or mental capacity to even try that stupid shit. So, let me see what I missed. Bias ham side. Yeah, it's to do with the gemstones. What? The Megalodon is my worst nightmare. There's a combiner robo made of buildings that fights a kaiju in the Earth's core. From Sonic? Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I'm very afraid of Greasy Strangler. Yeah, good luck. Yeah, I think the last place, I don't know if I actually looked for hand sanitizers the last place I was at, but I know toilet paper is just gone. No, there was one brand, apparently the brand that no one would buy even during like, you know, the fucking apocalypse. Play any Power Rangers Sentai scene during the Guy Colossus scene. Probably fit. Okay. Sounds like a ghost. Yeah, I don't know how to do it. I don't know if like, I just don't know if like the if it's programmed to go through this system, or if there's something like I'm missing. I don't know. You know what? Okay, I think maybe I know what's wrong. I don't know if this will change anything. Let me try to switch these windows from one side to the other. Okay. How about? No, that didn't actually change anything. Damn it. Crap. Okay. Oh crap, I lost the window. Okay, I found the window again. All right. Well, that sucks. If I told everyone that my 3 favorite horror movies in the room, Troll 2, Birdemic, Shock, who would you think I have awful tastes? No, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I have not actually watched any of those 3 terrible movies, Jugglers, but I've definitely watched enough reviews on all of them that I know them beat for beat. But good God, Birdemic, what the fuck? That they use clothes hangers. Like oh my God. Yeah, that was more audible. Okay, this is a stream that you figure out all the kinks, so next time. Yeah, definitely. I'm not sure if it's safe to watch them. You should watch Dinosaur Activity on Prime. Makes Birdemic look like an Oscar winner. Oh God. Yeah, I didn't even see all of Dinosaur Activity, and I know that that's a terrible. You only need to see like 5 seconds of that movie. I'm actually hard pressed to call that a movie. I'm pretty sure that was just something 2 guys did one night, and then just were able to trick some people to load it up on Amazon Prime as an actual movie. A movie night stream. You know, I'd have to figure out how to do that so that like I don't get hit with like copyright, some type of copyright like bomb or something. So Courtney, so it sounds like a haunted Jurassic Park. You're right. You would think that's what it is. It's not. It's still a pretty, it's hilariously bad, but they kind of lie to you just a little bit. All right, enough anxiety drinking. Oh, been live for almost 30 minutes. It's almost been 30 minutes. What the? Time really flies by when you don't know what you're doing. You're one of those people. I can never tell if you guys are just talking to yourself, talking to me. Just caught a moth at Animal Crossing. I have not played any Animal Crossing, but this one, a lot of people seem to be having fun. Yeah, movie streams are genuinely, intentionally funny and gory. I highly recommend What We Do. I have heard a lot of great things about What We Do in the Shadows. Still haven't watched it. It's like dinosaurs come back to small town. Yeah, it is. It's like from what I've seen, there's just guys in a small town, and they're dinosaurs, and I don't know. That's about it. That's about the movie. You know, they're dinosaurs. There's some guys, and someone had a video camera, and they just put it all together. I only talk to my figures. I sometimes talk to my figures, Dickard. In my room alone. I live a sad life. Just watched Curse of Lornia. I have no idea what that is. Chargeman Ken as stream. It's The Room, but it's an anime. Oh God, that sounds terrible. On Steam's streaming. Let me see. I'll type that in. Yeah, I really wish I could figure out. Maybe I can just try to do a little workshop this. I just don't know if it's gonna go through. This is where the fun begins. Wait, the room is bad enough. Oh God. I look at my SH making Ghidorah and cry from, oh my God, Dickard, you got it. I didn't get it. And then they ran out of it. And now I feel a little sad. I got a bunch of Gridman figures because I was thinking that they weren't going to ever come over here. And that they, like a lot of the other Godzilla figures, I thought they would just sell out. And then that they do like the one run and they'd be done. And since I thought King of the Monsters was over here half American, you know, it's an American movie, I thought they'd still have like the Mothra, the Rodan, the Godzilla, the King Ghidorah still. So I thought I'll wait off on that, maybe save up for one day. And then King Ghidorah is just completely gone, and now I am a little sad. But at the same time, I don't really know I have any place I want to put a 2-foot fucking figure anywhere. This, like, I barely have enough room in here as it is for just me. Yeah, his wings are proportional, and they're proportional to the amount of money you have to spend in order to get it. I bet the bullet because my friend was selling his, and the NECAs are cheap enough on their own. Ah, yeah. I have the NECA Mothra and Rodan because I like SH Monster Arts for the most part, but you know what? I also don't like SH Monster Arts for the most part. Like, it aggravates me when you see some of these figures that have like 30 different accessories to them, and then you buy like a $50 Godzilla and they can't even add in a single tiny like piece of like painted plastic as an atomic breath or whatever. Yeah. Courtney, a 2 feet wingspan is the bitch has got on it. Like it's about as tall as you, Courtney, if you stood up on his wings. I have Turtle, the SH. It's that gold one in the back where my finger is pointing to. The just the regular SH Monster Arts King Ghidorah in 1991. But I really need to fix the middle head because its like joint is loose, and every time I mess with it, its head pops off, and that's a lot of fun for a over $100 fucking figure. Yeah, so man, I really need to figure out like why this is coming. Oh, you know what? I wonder if it's got a setting in the program that I can change it to no, because it won't let me like change it to the program, because I'm pretty sure this is coming from StreamYard, so I don't know if it's gonna actually. I wish there was like some way I could just shitty ball joint super glue. Yeah, I don't know, like I've been meaning to look up like how to do it. I know there's like a bunch of different ways, like they're talking about like nail polish, you put it on there to like tighten it up or some other stuff, but I don't know what the proper way is. I have yet to go down that hole of like fixing up figures, like going down that like all these different like tips and tricks on that stuff. My biggest thing has just been dusting those things. Like, it's really fun to dust off a figure with like 1,000 fucking scales on it, you know. It's not. That was a joke. I'm joking. I don't actually enjoy doing that at all. Kind of wish I could put them in a display case, but again, I barely have enough room as it is to do that, because like I just owning the few that I have just like gives me enough anxiety, like looking at them and just being like, wow, I have to dust these things. I have to keep them from falling apart. Sometimes I'm like, why did I do this to myself? I have an obsession. All right, I think I'm going to give up on this because I have no idea, and I think it's because this program doesn't have, because StreamYard I don't think is like anything that it's ever dealt with, and I don't think it has a way to connect with StreamYard specifically, which kind of really sucks. Because I guess if I guess next time I'm gonna try, I might try just through OBS. If I know that I'm not gonna have anyone else come on stream, possibly. But oh well, next time. Next time I'll be one of those guys who has those cool effects and stuff pop up or whatever. Plus I do a bunch of horror stuff, which wins me over. Yeah, I've definitely I definitely like some of the stuff like with Predator and like Alien and stuff they've done on there. Most Monster Arts I've seen of yours has loose bits. Yeah, it's Gamera, like the other time I did a stream, like I was trying to pull it off the shelf, and then his arm fell off. And that was fun. That was a lot of fun. Just like you pay for this thing, and it's like, I want articulation, but I also want it to, like, you know, actually feel like I paid decent money. And decent money, oh, look at that, the leg fell off. Oh, SH Monster Arts. Oh god. Yeah, there's a silicone spray to keeps the dust. Oh, there is. Okay. Or use canned air. Okay, yeah, that's probably. Start putting space aside for Gunpla, so I don't think I'll be getting any Toki figures soon. Yeah. Just face it, get a curio cabinet like every grandma trying to show. Yeah, I mean, that's what I've thought about doing, so except maybe Gridman Googless. Oh, Diggert, have you seen Gridman now? I wasn't 100% sure, because I know before you said you hadn't seen it. It's 2020, it's all falling apart. Yeah, I feel like that sometimes. I feel like my life is falling apart. I'm just kidding. Not really. Not my life particularly, but just everything else around me. I'm still working on my Gargantua's remake. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, I wasn't sure, Dickard, if you had seen I did pick up the special edition Blu-ray. Ha! My man. I also have it. It's downstairs. I might as well, since I don't really have much to talk about. So on top of my little Googless boy, I also was able to get the SH Figma Gridman with his grid sword. And unfortunately, I got a little bit of a defect with him. I don't have it showing right here, but like they supposed to have two separate hands to hold the sword because it's so freaking big compared to the rest of the figure. They gave me the same hand. They didn't give me two separate hands. They gave me the exact same copy of the same hand. So he'd be holding his sword like this if I put them on. And I don't know if there's a way for me to contact Figma to get that replaced or not. It's very aggravating. And I also have my second favorite kaiju from Gridman. That's Anti. He's really cool, and he's also a bit of an anti-hero. He's a little bad boy. He's a meanie, and he turns into a less of a meanie as the show goes on. And then eventually, he turns into Grid Knight. That's a little bit of a spoiler, but I don't really know how else to explain Grid Knight if I don't spoil whatever. It's Grid Knight. I spent money on these things. I love these things. I love Gridman, people. Anyone who doesn't know me, I have a horrible obsession with it. Like Gridman and Promare became instant favorite. I haven't seen Promare. I missed it. Like, it came to theaters like twice, and I didn't get to see it. And I love like basically everything else Trigger's ever put out. Yeah, I think I'd have to say probably Gridman is my favorite Trigger anime, and then it'd probably be Kill la Kill after that. But one day I'll probably see Promare, hopefully. I forget, did they explain the Kaiju Girl on this? So she is a reference, Space Tree, to the original Gridman, which I found out after I went back and watched the original Gridman. The kaiju that you see with her at the very end is the kaiju that she's supposed to be like. That was her. I don't know if they like explain it like it's supposed to be her like dad, her mom, her whatever, like, but that's the kaiju that she came from or whatever. So that was from the old Gridman series. It was one kaiju that was actually good, and Gridman like broke an evil mind control thing off of. So basically, if you knew the original Gridman and you saw the kaiju at the end, you'd know who it was. Otherwise, you're probably extremely confused, like I was, because I thought I missed something. Oh, it was going to hit theaters again? Oh, that's sad. Oh, well. I had 2 different chances, but like one night I just didn't feel like making the trek out. I don't know like what was going on. I just kind of was like, eh. And now I'm sad because I've seen so much good fan art on Twitter of it. I'm very curious about everything about it. Let me check something. Nope. Nothing here. Okay. But yeah, Gridman. I have such a problem with Gridman. Let's see. I'm not exactly sure how long I'm going to go with this, guys. I was thinking like at the very least 2 hours cutting it off or whatever. So, but we'll see. I don't really think I want to go further than that if I get up to that point. I know it's like riveting stuff, right? Oh God, I really do sometimes do better when I'm like bouncing stuff off of someone else. But anyway, like I said, or saying earlier, I'll say this again. Like I really am working on this next video. I have been. It's just become like I've put so much anxiety and stuff into it that I kind of build it up into this giant like mess that just made it hard for me to even work on. And I really want it to be as good as possible. And honestly, in my opinion, it's going to be the best video I will have ever put out so far. And it's going to be the biggest video. It's actually going to be broken into 2 parts. Because I know there's different audiences. Like some people are okay with watching like an hour-long video or something like that, and other people aren't. So I was just trying to break it up into 2 parts. It's kind of how I structured it. So I'm hoping that it does somewhat well. So don't stress too much. I'm trying not to. I've gotten a decent like equilibrium, I'd like to say, where I'm a little stressed, but I'm like it's a good thing. Like just okay. I don't know if I explained that right. I'm doing a lot better than I was. Okay, let's just say that. I'm doing a lot better than I was doing. Let's see. Don't stress next time bring a guest. Well, I am possibly going to have someone join me in just a little bit. So we'll see about that. Very educational, lol. Yeah. Akane is very troubled, but I still rather attractive girl. I haven't seen the Gridman anime yet. Same thing for my girlfriend who likes Hero Academia. Okay. Yeah, Akane actually has a lot more depth to her in the show if you're like looking at it. I like her story in the show a lot. Oh my God, I can't believe I am such a dingus. My my tiny Akane Shinjo figure from the show as well. Oh, Queer Kaiju, you got to tap out. Okay, well, I'll see you later. Queer. Thank you for joining for just a little while. Good night, man. Also, anyone who likes synth remixes or synth music at all, please check out Queer Kaiju. He has an entire collection of like almost every like Godzilla song and some Gamera and just like tokusatsu stuff ever on his channel. It's all wonderful stuff. He's a really cool guy. Have I watched Beastars? No. I've seen plenty of clips from Beastars though. So that's it's I was very confused about it because it just looks like an anime. It looks like Japan has finally embraced furries, possibly, with that one. So I have no idea what it's about. I think at the end of the day, as long as you're clear in your message, you'll be fine. That's been my biggest problem. That's been another problem. I want to make sure that I am clear at the end of it. But it's all about, like, I want it to be educational. I want to be funny as well. I want to put like a genuine charm on it. I want to make it look good. And sometimes, like, I get hung up on it a little too much. So I will try not to stress out about it. So give me just a second, and I'm gonna gonna grab something and see if this works or not. Okay, Dickard. All right, cool. Well, thank you for coming, even for just a little bit. I really appreciate it. And hey, if you want a guest in the future, oh, Digger, if you're willing to, I'd love that. Honestly, that'd be very awesome. Also, if you guys have never checked out Dickard T, he has some of the zaniest animations you'll ever see. 3D, like, he's fucking hilarious. That's all I gotta say. If you haven't checked him out. With all this furry acceptance, we need to release... Oh my god, Matt is in the chat room. God. Do you think cryptids are considered kaiju? I think some of them might be considered kaiju. I don't know. All right, guys. I have a random guest to add to the stream. And here he... I don't know. Wait, is he ready? I can't tell. Is this the only way to add? Did I just add them live and then they just come in like that? All right. Hey!
Oh, shit.
Oh, wait. Was I supposed to do that?
Sorry. No. I'm not allowed to do this.
I don't know how to do this, man. I wasn't sure, like, how the, if there was like a... Anyway,
is this the first official Professor Kaiju stream?
Yes, it is. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know if you saw my thumbnail.
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay. I literally put on part of it that I don't know what I'm doing.
That's fucking awesome.
That's
awesome. Thank you for even inviting my lame self on.
Oh
here.
My god, Matt, shut up.
It's an honest pleasure. Hold on one second. I'm gonna grab. Got to turn up the volume a little bit here. There we go. What is going on?
Nothing much. I am definitely not like flip-flopping with what to talk about on here.
What do you got in here? So you got Space Tree.
Yep.
Also a good guy.
And quite a few others that are friends of mine who were able to jump into tonight. Nice. So it's been very nice. Yeah, so how's it going, Matt? How's it going on with you? Doing good?
Yeah, all things considered. I mean, sorry, I'm not like, yeah, but I mean, it's going as well as it can be. We don't have to rant about that though. We got to rant about fun stuff, like all the really fucking cool tokusatsu that's been dropping on streaming lately.
Yeah, that's been really fun seeing all the extra stuff that's been coming out.
They're gonna be freaking. Have you? So let's see. On Tubi, there's the Toku Shoutsu show that apparently the guy who played Skull of Bulk and Skull, I guess he has a PhD or something, and he's hosting a show on there because that's a thing. And then I guess Toei just announced that they have a YouTube, like their official English YouTube is like starting to drop more episodes. So now I have no excuse to not go watch new stuff, but I like to remain ignorant, about these things,
Yeah, I'm very excited that they're dropping like Kamen Rider and everything like that, actually putting that stuff out now, like on streaming. I'm just like really cool that there's finally ways to watch all this stuff for old fans, new fans, and everything. Because like, I really don't understand with Kamen Rider like why that one particular has been so bad with like copyright or like getting it like pulled over here. Because like, I know like the tokusatsu fandom is not the biggest thing in the world, but there's definitely a Western interest, and I just don't. I don't know.
I unfortunately am the wrong person to ask. I'm sure there are much more knowledgeable people out there, but it is odd, you know, considering that we've been getting, you know, complete Super Sentai seasons for the past couple of years here, and even random things like Just Beyond. You know what I mean? Like random metal heroes and stuff like that. But again, no writer. I don't think I ever asked you, is there like a particular writer series that you find yourself kind of like most interested in, like more drawn towards?
No, because I don't know any of them. I've just seen like some random hilarious clips of guys just hitting their belt buckle thing and just having things just like fly all over them, and I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but this looks kind of cool. But like, I always had an interest because again, they did like that one season of Masked Rider over here in the US, and they did like I think they did a crossover with Power Rangers in an episode. Totally did. And I was like, I even got the little like, did he have a motorcycle that could change into like a
totally
robot or something like that?
Yeah.
Or was there something like, I had that toy. I had the original, like the figure and everything. And I always was like, I want to know more about this show, but then it just never, you know.
Well, you know, that's a series I think a lot of people wouldn't say is necessarily bad to start with. Kamen Rider Black, and then going into Kamen Rider Black RX.
Okay.
Technically Heisei shows, but considered Showa since they're like in the 80s, late 80s. But yeah, dude, that's how I got into it was Masked Rider, Saban's Masked Rider. As cheesy of a fucking show as it was, but they used like footage from Black RX, Zeto and J, and I think either the second to last or the very last episode was like the big crossover that they took where it's like every Showa writer like joined up with, you know, Black RX. And at the time I'm like, wait a minute, there's more? Like, you know, like it goes beyond just this one little hero, but it's good stuff, dude. And you need to get on that. You are Professor Kaiju after all. Pretty soon you can be Professor Tokusatsu.
Yeah. You know, maybe I should have just made my name that, but I sometimes question whether or not my name was, you know, like maybe I should have spent a couple more days thinking about it than the 10 minutes I did.
What are we gonna do with you, Bryce? What are we gonna do with you?
I don't know.
Who's all in here right now? Sorry, I'm looking.
So Turtle Proof, Space Tree, Juggles Juggler, Courtney, which I know, and don't know if Captain is still in here. Professor Beautiful Joe. Oh my god.
I like that. I like that a lot. So, is that a no for the cat's butthole cut? By the way, is that
okay? So I want to ask, what is that? Is okay because are they talking about the old, like what originally came out in theaters, like before they put the effect in, or was there literally one where are you legit saying there is a cut where they show the cats?
There's a bunch of stories going on right now. It's so fucking weird. So from what I understand, it originally started when some VFX artist or producer came out and said that they were hired to digitally remove 400 shots of cat buttholes in a cut. Like that was their job. And everybody was like, what? Like this was a thing that actually happened? Because I mean, again, we kind of know about kind of the craziness that this movie's gone through. And then somebody else came out and kind of further expanded upon it and said it really wasn't like they digitally put in buttholes, but it was like these folds in the costume and stuff like that looked very suggestive in some cases. but both, and then I think Variety reached out to Universal, and then isn't it kind of scary that I'm like knowledgeable of this whole thing? So then Variety reached out to Universal and one of the effects houses, and I guess because of some NDAs, they couldn't say anything. They only said like they can neither confirm nor deny the existence of a cat's butthole cut. But I mean, you know what? In this day, I mean, out of all the news this week, that's probably had to have been, you know, the best thing that I heard. It was ridiculous. And there's like some hashtag or something going around. And Turtle Proof might be right, you know. Matt,
release the butt cut or something.
Something like that.
Oh my god.
Probably exists more than the Snyder Cut does. But you know, it was just like one of those weird things. And of course, you know, I logged into the chat just as you're talking about, what was it, B-Stars or whatever it was?
Yeah. I've only seen like clips of that anime. So like, I just know that there are some very well done looking like anthropomorphic animal characters in there. Yeah. I have no idea what it's about. So
yeah, same. We saw some trailer for it or something. I don't remember when. I feel like either this past November or the November before in Japan, and I was just kind of like, oh, that's weird looking, but yeah, I don't know, could be good. I need to get watching more anime stuff. I need something to cleanse my palate. I've been watching Picard as of late, and I really desperately need something good because that show ain't it. I can tell you that right now. Are you a Trek fan?
The only thing I've seen is Next Generation, which I loved. So that's why, like, when I heard about Picard at first, like, I was like, oh, cool, something like continuing from that. But yeah, I've seen what you said, and I've seen some other people just say the same stuff about it, that it's just, And someone else just be like, you know, it'd really be cool if you guys just didn't, like, drop an F-bomb, like, every, you know, like, 10 minutes or something. You know, like, I get the fact that you don't have to put it on on TV, on cable, whatever, but, like, doesn't feel like Star Trek to me. Like, even from the little bit I've seen, like, I feel like that just feels just, oh, let's just push some stuff for no reason, just to push some stuff, you know?
Totally.
I don't know.
Totally. Yeah, it's I think we're one episode away right now from the finale, right? And the writing just keeps on getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And I would love to be in that position. I mean, just to be able to churn out what they're churning out and probably making some pretty good bank while doing it. It's kind of embarrassing. It is such a badly written show. And I put that squarely on the shoulders of Bad Robot, you know, J.J. Abrams' company. Like, they've decimated Trek for whatever it's worth. But, you know, whatever. But, you know, the Orville, that's where it's at, though.
I've heard a lot of people say that the Orville is better than, like, some of the last Star Wars stuff Star Trek stuff that they put out.
Check it out. If you know, like, I'm kind of love-hate with Seth MacFarlane, but fortunately, he kind of takes a backseat to that whole thing. And if you have Hulu, like, the first 2 seasons are, in my opinion, really fun. Really fun. And then I just found out that they had to halt filming because of everything that's going on right now for the 3rd season. But I wasn't even aware that the 3rd season was coming. So, like, that's kind of exciting in of itself. So,
okay.
I need to be more exciting, Bryce. This is your first this is your inaugural live stream. You know?
I know.
Like, everybody's here. And so far we've talked about cat buttholes, how much Picard sucks, Kamen Rider, which wasn't bad. But you know what you should watch? You should go through right now. And we should go, like, down the list of Kamen Riders and see which one strikes your interest. And you can, like, create a little list for yourself and be like, oh, I should check out this show, or I should check out that show, or not.
I mean, sure.
I was just trying to think of something to do, because I'm just sitting here like, let me tell you something. Robots.
Oh my god. I wish I could figure out why your audio is coming out of my normal speakers on this setup and not.
Captain Alcis wants to know, who is this guy? Am I taking the professor's job?
Oh, and then Turtle Proof answer. Yeah, so this is hilarious. So Turtle Approved is one of my friends named John. I've told you before. Captain Ackles is my other friend named John. So John explained to John that, yeah. So other John, this is Matt from Monstrosities, another kaiju YouTuber.
Monstrosities. That's got to be a really bad channel out there someplace. That's gonna live on. Thanks, man. Monstrosities. Thanks for having me, Bryce.
Thank you for joining. I just like it's just hold on a second. Say something.
Hello?
Okay, there we go. Because I want to make sure that your audio wasn't like accidentally coming through my mic as well, or being like weird, like double feedback or something like that.
Totally.
But yeah, thank you for joining. Like I've noticed that I sometimes I feel like I do better when I'm bouncing stuff off of people. Sometimes like when I'm just on the spot alone or something like that. I don't know. I just feel weird.
I really appreciate you even asking me to be on. I've told you this both in public and in private. I love talking to you. It's always a good time. So, and being able to kind of like cap off this past week with all the effing craziness has been it's a nice change of pace. So I appreciate it, to say the least. And now we can sing the cat song because that's what everybody wants to hear.
Well, guys, I told you it was going to be about 2 hours, but I think I'm going to cut off at 1. So it was nice having you on.
I think Turtle Approved actually asked earlier or something.
Oh, of course he would. Of course he would.
You know. So what's been going on in your life? What's up in the world of tokusatsu and your interests and stuff like that? Talk about fun things.
I've gotten through. Me and the missus have gotten through a little more than half of Ultraman now. Finally, watched a couple more episodes. Trying to remember what just happened that we were both like. So, I am so confused with the morality of Ultraman. We both are. So, like, in one episode, for everyone here who doesn't know anything about Ultraman, like, so there's an episode where like these kids drew a picture of a kaiju, and because of space ultraviolet rays come to Earth and mix with sunlight rays, and they mix and turn this drawing into a real kaiju. And it keeps happening every day. Like at night, it turns back to normal. It goes away and then goes back to the picture. But like every day, it'll turn into this kaiju. And at first, like the military is like attacking it, even though it's doing nothing but going to sleep. It just looks like this cute, adorable little drawing. And then the next day they're like, oh man, they just, the kids, the one kid who made it, everyone made fun of him because it was such a basic looking drawing. Right. But now that they saw it come to life, they were actually helping him and added all these details. They made him bigger. They made him all extra stuff. He goes back and then he still just goes right to sleep. And then one of the guys insists like, all he's doing is sleeping and stuff. Like they find out that it's coming from a picture. Right. And they even say, we could just go and erase the picture at night and we wouldn't have to deal with the kaiju. And I'm like, yeah, that seems like a humane-ish way of putting it down. And then the captain is like, that's no fun. We have to battle it. And I'm like, why? Why? You had a simple solution. And then they try to add like one more thing. They actually give him literally angry eyes. And they tell him like to do his best. So he goes like a third time. Ultraman comes in. The children are screaming at Ultraman, please don't kill him. And then Ultraman, after like beating the shit out of this kaiju, stops, looks down at them, takes the kaiju, flies into space, and then lets them know from space that he turned it into a constellation so that every day you can look up at the sky and you can see the reminder of this kaiju. And I'm like, what? And then the most recent episode,
Jesus.
Kid gets hit by a car. We find out, like, the ghost of this kid apparently warns them about a kaiju. Kid gets hit by a car like 6 months ago, and apparently it was a hit and run. They never found the guy who did it. His spirit comes to life through this statue that he like submitted to this park. Like it was a design something for this park, and they made a statue of this kaiju. His spirit like possesses it and creates the kaiju. And then it starts attacking cars on the road where he was hit. And they put 2 and 2 together, and they're like, we think the spirit of the boy is possessing this thing, and he's got this thing against like cars and stuff. Right.
I mean, what else?
They see his spirit at some point, finally, this woman, and she's just like, no, Ultraman, it's the spirit of the boy. You can't do that. And then he doesn't do anything. And then they're like, the guy ended up apparently turning himself in because the kaiju scared him. And then Ultraman didn't kill the kaiju that literally dropped about 10 cars in the episode. And I'm like, so this one you didn't want to kill. But the other one that was just a simple, harmless drawing, you just like blow him up into the space and be like, look, kids, it's a constellation. Like,
you know, I mean, alien superheroes got to have their good and bad days, just like the rest of us, you know? Wow. That's, see, you know, I'm going to commit like treason by saying this. Sure. I watched a lot of the original Ultraman stuff, and I do consider myself an Ultraman fan for sure. But one of the reasons why I cannot watch like all these episodes all the way through is because it does get to that point sometimes, because it's just like you can only write the same effing episode so many times. You know what I mean? And there's going to probably be more duds than hits. But yeah. You know, like Ultraman, the original Tiga, like they have some really great episodes. Other ones, not so much. That sounds like, interesting to say the least. Are you enjoying it though? Like, do you still like it? Are you turning into a fan? I guess it's the better question.
I'm enjoying it for the most part. It's definitely been interesting. Like, I have enjoyed like the good episodes and everything, and I think it's very cheesy fun, a lot of it. There have just been some episodes that have just hurt a little between like how the characters are and everything. And then just like the kaiju designs, because it's always a gamble. Like sometimes like they look like, okay, this looks fair, this looks decent. And then there just are some that felt like they literally had a single night to put this thing together and paint it and everything. So
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Once you finish up with 66, are you going to keep on going on with the rest of the series, or are you going to take a break from it?
I think after 66, I'm going to just have to, I don't know, I'm going to possibly jump into maybe a later series or whatever, but I just don't know which one. I had thought about originally going through them one by one, but I'm like, I don't know if I can do that. Because I know Ultra 7 is the next one, and I've heard some good stuff about that, but I don't know how much more of an improvement it is on 66. Or
from what I hear, it is an improvement for sure. I've seen a handful of episodes, and it's pretty good. The violence is definitely upped for sure. I would definitely either recommend like Tiga, which is like mid to late 90s, or Ultraman Great, which was the first English series that they did in Australia. And it's a little bit more simple and stuff, but I mean, it predates Power Rangers. It's the first Ultra show that we got here in the States, or maybe there might have been some dub stuff or something like in the 70s and 80s, but that's another fun one. And I can't really speak for a lot of the current stuff, like, you know, Tight, that's the one going on right now, right? But there's some good stuff out there for sure. So I think that's a good idea, though, to jump further down the line and then maybe jump back after you, because like going just one by one, you're just going to burn yourself out after a while, I think.
Yeah, it's just I hate that because I feel like that it has to be in an order sort of deal. But I know that some of these series, it's not as important to do that. That was definitely another reason. I wanted to definitely watch the original because I was very interested in the anime to see how that is. And I feel like I have to, I know that it's like kind of like a direct sequel. Like they reference like, I think a bunch of stuff from at least the first series.
Yes, it is a direct sequel to the series. And then they kind of reimagine the other Ultras as they go along. From what I understand, the anime series is pretty good. I've seen 2 episodes. It was fine. Wasn't quite my thing, but there's a lot of people that do enjoy it quite a bit. And I don't think it gets kind of like the, you know, Quad-S Gridman notoriety, but still a lot of people enjoy it. So that's another thing to definitely look forward to. I am going to be curious how you're going to feel about the final episode of Ultraman, like the very final one of 66. That one is a weird one, in my opinion. It doesn't end the way you expect it to end.
Does it actually have an ending, though?
Yes. Oddly enough, yes.
Okay. Because it's such a serialized show. Like, it's such a what's the right word for it? Just like you know, is serialized is the right word I'm looking for? It's just such a
it's not serial. It's just episodic. You know
yes,
what I mean?
that's what I meant to say.
Serialized would mean that you'd have to watch, all 50
Yeah.
episodes in order to get kind of the gist of what's going down. It's weird. I really don't get why they went that direction, but they did. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's going to be interesting, to say the least. And now I'm bored, Bryce. I'm being bored. God damn it, Bryce.
I wish
Entertain me. Do a dance or something. Entertain these people in this chat. Throw money at them or something.
I already got money thrown at me, thankfully. That was cool.
Well, that's nothing new for you.
Actually, hold on a second. Did you hear that?
No.
Did I finally? No. Gosh,
what?
Darn it. Like, did anyone in the chat hear that? Did you hear a sound effect go off?
I heard like a click.
Okay, no. So I was trying to so I don't know if it's just StreamYard is not. I kind of have something over here to help with maybe some sound effects or something throw into a stream, but I just don't think it's anything that can affect StreamYard. It's stuff it's they've got stuff in there for OBS for YouTube specifically.
Right.
But I don't know how to. I don't know if there is a way for me to work it in here. Maybe I just don't know what the right settings are.
Gotcha.
Or it might just be that StreamYard is not compatible with it.
Gotcha. Are you going through your computer?
Yes.
That's weird. I wonder. This might be odd. If you try to press the share screen, maybe then. And I only say that because when we watched that one really awful video the other night, that trailer.
Mm-hmm.
I think the audio was playing through that. At least I think it was. I could have been.
Okay. So when I say screen share, what will that do?
It's going to give you. It's going to basically allow us to see what's on your desktop and stuff. But
Okay.
if I've never been on the opposite end of it, but I know that when we watched that trailer that Andres had sent over, and I did the screen share, it seemed like everybody was able to hear the audio. I think I could be mistaken.
Okay. Let me.
It's not exactly the best way. It should just be. You should be able to just do some fun zany sound effects.
Select. Okay, so it does let me select the window.
Hey Bryce, what's your favorite Titan?
Favorite Titan. Oh, favorite Titan. If we're talking about Godzilla King of the Monsters Titans, that'd probably be.
Oh, come on. No, the other Titans. Clash of the Titans, obviously.
It's just gonna be the boring answer. It's gonna be Behemoth. I just really like I think so many people like that design. I loved him. It's really fun.
It's all about Calibos for me.
It's all about who?
You haven't seen Clash of the Titans?
I have probably 3 centuries ago.
Okay, fine. Never mind. I'm not going to make any more fucking jokes about that. It's funny because Gypsy Reaper asked, and I thought he was asking about Attack on Titan, but then I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, they call the freaking Kaiju Titans in Monsterverse. Yeah, I don't even have a favorite at this point. They're just a bunch of lame designs. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Matt
# fake fan. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, Matt with all the hot takes here.
I'm kind of tempted to. Do you have the Art of King of the Monsters?
Yes, I do.
It's a good book.
It is.
Sorry, hold on. Just wanted to see if there's some cool Titan drawings or something in here. Negative. It's all the big 4. Never mind. I suck.
That's aggravating. Oh, I thought they would have thrown that stuff in there too. But oh well.
Well, you know, if they did, we could make 50,000 theory videos. You know, you, the professor of kaiju, could have 50,000 theory videos.
Yeah, I could do that, or I could make something that I'm actually proud of.
What? Wouldn't you just be proud of the amount of spam that you could create?
No,
on the lanes of the internet.
I mean, I guess it depends, man. If I'm getting a big enough paycheck, I might just be able to set my pride aside. God.
Hey, we got somebody asking to show off your comics.
Oh, Courtney. Oh, okay. I'm sorry, Courtney. I don't. They're downstairs, Courtney. I'm sorry. Courtney's a friend from work.
Oh, cool.
She actually gave me as a gift some Godzilla comics. They're at like a random store, and she got them for me.
It's awesome.
But I'm really bad, Courtney, at putting things where they should go. So they're downstairs still.
Did you get the IDW ones?
Yeah, I have. I don't think I have the entire collection for like Rulers of the World, Rulers of Earth. Yeah, but I think I have like a fair chunk of them now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome. They're good reads. They're fun, especially if you're into comics and stuff. Half Century War is pretty good too. I haven't read any in quite some time, but it's one of those series that a lot of people enjoy quite a bit. Okay. So you're in for a good time, I think.
I've been interested in trying to in Godzilla Hell as well.
Yeah, otherwise known as Godzilla Goes to G-Fest. I've heard about that one too.
Yeah, I mean, if they fix that AC, you know,
that's what I was getting at, Bryce.
So, yeah, I know. I'm just like,
anything else? Come on, Bryce. Jeez.
Maybe I should put like hashtag YouTube drama in that thumbnail. God,
I heard that one was weird. Godzilla in Hell. But I don't know anything outside of that. Like, all I heard was it was weird. But then again, the concept obviously is pretty fucking bizarre to begin with. So I have no idea.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just looking at the chat there. I get
it's
an more interesting angle here. Like, I feel like I'm leaning back. I'm like, hi, Bryce. You know, like,
I'm doing okay, Matt. How are you doing?
Yeah, we'll just be like this the whole time, you know.
Yeah.
Epic live streaming. Good Lord.
It reminds me of seeing like a video someone was hold on a second. Hello? Oh, thank you, random person. Stranger, not my wife.
Awesome is that random person. I think that random person should get a big kiss on the cheek later, Bryce.
She will. She definitely also isn't in the comments right now either. Okay, so yay. So yeah, so it's like this like thick pack. Like, were they actually $5, Courtney? It's like it was like $5 for like an entire like little stack of. So
sorry, you better have thanked her like quite a bit. I know that we're all social distancing these days, but like a you know, an air hug or something, because it's always awesome to have friends that get you that kind of stuff, you know?
It is. It was really, I was really happy about that, because like I've looked at a couple places for stuff, and just to find like they actually had it in like a small like little, it was a theme pack, Kaiju Chaos or whatever. Yeah. So yeah, but like got Rulers of the Earth.
Nice.
I think there was like 2 different or 3 or it? They put it like they had an extra like copy of it, but 2 of the same for Godzilla of Hell, Godzilla Goes to Hell, and then like
that's awesome
as well. This one is like such a really cool image of. I think I actually had this copy already from before, but like it's like little Mothra like angels or something like that.
Weird.
And I'm like, that's such a like an insane imagery on there. And then I think Rage Across Time. I forgot about this one. That's another one I was curious about when I saw it. Then there's several Nemesis in here. Project Nemesis, which
Jeremy Robinson?
Yes.
Have you read his books?
No. I think we have his stuff here. I have not read up on any of that, but like 3 different
that's cool
issues.
You know, I gotta be careful what I say because I really like his stuff. But the further along the book series got, it kind of felt more like self-indulging, you know, like personal fan fiction kind of stuff. Because he was like pulling characters from every book he's ever read, like written. It's
Okay.
a cool series though, for sure. Especially the first, I would say, two books are really neat. It kind of the first one's kind of like a horror kaiju tale, and the other one's definitely much more like Destroy All Monsters esque. So, be curious to see what you think of those comics.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and this one too, because it was a Kong, which I was
Nice.
also curious about. 'Cause I think
Gods of Skull. Is that for a tie-in for the 2017 movie?
I want to say I think this one is because I know that there was one I think with the tie-in for the movie. I think there was one that was a prequel, and I think this is the tie-in. I'm not entirely sure. I know that like they made like a prequel for like 2014, and then they made like a sequel slash tie-in for like 20 for King of the Monsters and stuff too.
Yeah. That
So
had that the Muto thing that everybody was obsessed with.
yeah, what was it?
Like,
Muto
into the
Prime,
movie. I know that.
and it's not even supposed to be the same thing. I don't know. You know, I know how you feel about King of the Monsters.
No, you
But,
don't.
yeah.
No.
Oh my god. I will say that I always do have a problem with movies when they change the stuff from the original movie. Like when you're doing a sequel, I know sometimes like to try to come up with a story, you have to change, like you might have to drop one or two things wherever there, but I really hate it when they have to change a lot about how like the first like movie was explained.
What are you referencing though?
I'm like referencing like I'm kind of just like referencing like the tone of the movies, like how grounded they were, the fact that like they acted like the Mutos were the last of their kind, but then there's another Muto who just appears, and it's like they were predators and they fought each other. It's like actually no, that was King Ghidorah and Godzilla. This Muto, who even cares about that Muto? Godzilla's so far above this Muto, you know, like
Right.
it's stuff like that, and I get it, and it's like I still thoroughly enjoyed the movie with this stuff, but like it is hard, like if you watch them as two movies that happen after each other, it's like there's such a tonal shift
Oh,
from
definitely.
that. Yeah, it's like here we're grounded in reality, and here's like a bomb and this and that and everything. And this one, we've got a helicarrier that carries other helicarriers in it. It's that big, you know. It's like, okay, you know.
They definitely. I sorry not to interrupt. I think they definitely did that just because of the response that G14 got. You know, like they needed to kind of spruce it up a little bit and make it kind of more fun, I guess would be the right word.
It's like I get that, and I do enjoy what they did with it, but it's still like I still think they could have kept it grounded more in reality and still made it fun and interesting like that. You know, like they could have still added like that stuff, and I just hate it because like if they wanted to do that, I just wish the first movie had been like that, so that we could have had like the same feeling across it, because 2014 and then like Kong Skull Island still felt grounded in reality, but it had fun with it. You know, they did have fun. The characters had much more enjoyable like time in the movie. Like I actually enjoyed the characters. I remembered maybe not their names as much, but I actually remembered who they were a little bit more, you know.
Right.
Um
It wasn't just blind guy number 1 and blind chick number 2.
Yeah, except for like their two main characters, like Captain Marvel and Loki, just they both were just like they were very bland, but everyone else around them, they had, you know, like decent characters. But especially John C. Reilly.
I'm zipping my lip on this whole thing.
Okay.
It's you're not wrong. Let me just put it that way. You're not wrong. I do get what you're saying. I don't think they could have gone that route with King of the Monsters though, just given the nature of some of the characters and things like that. I personally, like, you know, as much as I love the Dark Knight trilogy, I blame Chris Nolan and his grounded in reality take on Batman, and all of a sudden everyone's like, whoa, grounded in reality. Let's make this more realistic. Even though there's nothing realistic about it. You know what I mean? I mean, the thing is, like, you could say like the Gamera trilogy is grounded in reality. It deals with more, you know, the implications of what happens to society when a giant monster attacks or something like that, or people who are affected by a giant monster attack. But I'm glad they kind of went that route. I do understand why you wouldn't like the kind of the inconsistency of it, but I don't even think they did that great of a job with G14 trying to give that notion. You know what I mean? I think there's still a realistic kaiju movie that could be made at some point, but I know the pitchforks and the angry villagers are going to be coming after me pretty soon for saying this, but I don't think it was G14.
It's something that like I've come like I think it's something that happened to me years and years ago when I started seeing like those grounded in reality things. And I think, yeah, like The Dark Knight, where I was just like, it feels like, yeah, you got to have things make more sense. You got to add this stuff. But yeah, if things make sense within the movie and then you forget that stuff, if it's able to pull you into its world and make you believe what it wants you to believe and everything, then that's really all that matters, you know. And like things, just characters are written well and they make sense in the context of the movie and everything. But yeah, like I'm not exactly for that stuff. Like I really enjoyed like The Dark Knight. I enjoy this stuff, but yeah, I do understand like that it did feel like it has to be and realistic.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I like The Dark Knight stuff too. It's just you know, when you're going for a certain tone, you know, you gotta, you know, there's always going to be the things that you can do and the things that you can't do. You know what I mean? And G14, unfortunately, by the tone that they went with it, they didn't really strike a balance. They really went more, oh, this is realistic. It's more dry. You know what I mean? He only uses his atomic breath twice. It's not going to be this thing that he constantly uses. Or I don't really know what I'm trying to say outside of like, they probably could have done it a little bit better, just in terms of maybe striking a better balance. I don't think they could have done that with King of the Monsters, though, for sure. I just literally repeated what I just said 5 minutes ago, but you know, I really don't care at this point. I'm going to ruin your live stream. This is the last live stream you're ever going to do.
Oh my God. I think I ruined the live stream already.
I strongly doubt that.
Shin Godzilla. Yeah, I mean, Shin Godzilla probably is more. It's got
great.
Yeah, it carries. It definitely takes a much more serious tone in it. It's able to balance like how ridiculous the idea of Godzilla is and still put in like the serious elements of what a country would actually go through dealing with an actual monster. Yeah. And that's probably why it's my favorite Godzilla movie so far. Just
yeah, it can be done. I don't think that. I think the problem with G14 is, and I'm being honest here, I think Gareth Edwards is just a shitty director. I think that he had an idea of what he wanted to do. I don't think he executed it that well. You know, there's a lot of filmmakers out there that do that. You know, they're like, oh, we're gonna do this, and you know, they don't really reach it. I know that a lot of people think that G14 is like some kind of classic, but I strongly doubt that any body of people outside of a fandom is going to actually think that. You know what I mean? Not saying that you're saying that, but when I see comparisons to like Jaws and Alien and Jurassic Park, I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, really?
I don't feel like it was like 2014. I did not like much at all. Like I walked out of the theater completely disappointed. Even after the last scene in the movie, which should have like, I know there's so many people are like, you know, sometimes you're able to forget a movie with the ending, and it's like with that atomic breath scene, that was a great ending thing for it and everything. It just had some great stuff there at the end, but the amount of just dragging out everything with Godzilla just completely killed it for me. And
you can only
then the characters
so many times before you just like, you know, kind of raise your hands and be like, okay.
Yeah, there's a huge thing between teasing and then just being like, I don't know, like being an ass about it. Like at that point, just be like, okay, for the last 10 minutes, we're going to have that monster action. Like, I don't really care anymore. Like, Then you killed the best actor in it after 15 minutes. So
yeah, I was sad about old Heisenberg.
Yeah, Courtney, that was Let Them Fight. Yeah, that was 2014. He said let them fight. Ah, God, I love that. That was another, like, I just put my hand to my head during, like, there's a lot of stuff that I groaned at in King of the Monsters, and that I hate that character. I hate that guy so fucking much. Just, oh my God, Scylla. And I'm like, please just, like, die. Just someone accidentally drop him out the helicarrier or something.
Like Serizawa in G14 only had one look the entire time. He was like,
oh my God, I joked about that's what I just just the entire every time, and I joked that God,
like he would take off his glasses and then he'd have like another pair of glasses the very next time, just like take them off again. Like they just magically replace every time.
Yeah. It got to me because after I saw the movie, I'm just like, isn't this a guy who's been like actually studying this stuff the entire time? I mean, I guess that's the same thing with King of the Monsters with when they brought in the dad, but like he's been supposed to be studying this creature, this like pupa, this entire time. And then it's just like Bryan Cranston comes in there and just says, it's this thing. And he's just like, oh my God, I was wrong. Even though I've had these instruments trained on it, and I should have probably thought about every possible thing that
you're talking about
things could have meant. Yeah.
Well, the dad knows everything, Bryce, because he studied wolves. He knows how to take care of Godzilla. He knows how to militarily attack Godzilla because he studied wolves. Family. My family's in danger. I have to save them. I know everything.
Listen, Matt, I just wanted to see Rodan not look like a stiff puppet, and I got that.
Yeah, Rodan was pretty cool.
And
there's nothing wrong with the monster design.
And Ghidorah, like, to actually see Ghidorah move his necks around and dodge Godzilla's atomic breath, I was like, oh shit, he can do that now. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, but yeah, I understand. I really wish it had some better, tighter script writing on it, because I think it might have been a movie that would have helped maybe not unite the fans. Like, I always thought like 2014 was where like the divide started, until I started looking more in the fandom and then realized this has always been there. It's always been there. Like, because I heard so much divisiveness about Final Wars and then other movies before that. And it's just
pretty bad. Final Wars was really bad. I was around the community way back then. I mean, granted, way younger, but I think even more so, it seems worse now just because there's more of a social media presence. I mean, when Final Wars was a thing, it was message boards, it wasn't YouTube and Facebook. I mean, social media wasn't really even a thing, but yeah, it definitely with 2014, and then obviously with Shin and then the anime movies, like it's just been pretty divisive every way. But, at the end of the day, I would like to think that the majority of fans can be satisfied with like one or more of those offerings. You know what I mean? Because they are so starkly different from each other. I could be wrong. Probably there's people that hate them all and just they're like, oh, they're all terrible. But
except for 1954, the classic.
Yeah.
And if you say otherwise, you're not a real Godzilla fan.
Right. I still like that one with what's his name? Matthew Broderick. I'm kidding.
Don't say there might I know there's at least one fan in the comment section. So I actually really do want to rewatch that, because I've only seen it like the couple times when I was a kid. So it's been a long time. Yeah. And I just want to see, like, because I know a lot of people say, actually, oh, I'm sorry, there are two fans, definitely fans in the comment section. So, but yeah, it's just one of those, because I heard so many people say, like, it's a decent monster movie. They think, like, it's an okay monster movie, but as a Godzilla movie, just, like, no. So John, don't say that. It's not.
What did John say?
He said it's the best Godzilla movie. Oh God.
For some people, I remember actually around the time people were saying that. There were people saying that, oh man, this completely modernizes Godzilla. There were those people.
When I watched it as a kid, I'm pretty sure I did enjoy it thoroughly. Like, I did get into it, but like at the same time, I didn't fully understand, you know, like I'd seen Godzilla movies, but like I never really like, you know, I'm just watching the rubber suits. I'm just watching the guys fight, you know, all the time. So like, and I see it, and I'm just like, oh, it's Godzilla. Oh, it's Godzilla. And then like the babies. And I had held on to the notion of a Godzilla sequel for so long that when Cloverfield dropped its first like teaser trailer with like the Statue of Liberty head rolling and we had no idea what's going on, I honestly thought to God that it was a Godzilla sequel.
No, hey, Bryce, you thought to God. Zilla.
All right, thank you guys for joining me in the stream. I hope you guys all had a great night.
See you later, folks. Catch me on most weekends. I have my own streams over at Monstrosities.
Just cancel the stream. I'm just gonna plug myself here at the last minute here.
No, yeah, you know, I wasn't a huge. I didn't like it as a kid. I think I've gotten a little less hate for it over the years. You know, it's heresy. A lot of people say it, but I do think as far as entertainment value goes, that movie's more entertaining than G14 is, which is a very, very like controversial statement to make. Not in terms of like how it treats Godzilla, because G14 takes the cake on that one, but just in terms of like what I want to watch to not go to sleep by, you know? G14 cures my insomnia. I've proven this several times. G98 at the very least is entertaining, even if it is a dumb movie, you know?
I think it
feels more, obviously it feels more like Independence Day than it does like, you know, like just a bunch of people who don't know how to act, essentially. But
yeah, I mean, if it's entertaining, that's honestly all that really matters. Like I mean, that's a big thing to care about, you know, like if 2014, there's a lot of good cinematography. There's a lot of good setting, like a lot of the shots that really make Godzilla feel like a kaiju. But the problem is we don't see him that often. And I know that wasn't the point of like the idea of the movie was very different, you know, like the Muto just like, they're more of like the real like heroes, you know, like they're not heroes, they're the main characters, you know, like it's focused on them and everything, but it just gets so aggravating, like just because it's like the name of this movie was Godzilla, guys. I understand this is a different take on Godzilla, but I think having being the first Godzilla movie that we've had since 98, it should have had Godzilla be more of a central focus in the movie.
It's interesting because like, you know, I would tend to agree with you on that, but then you have the argument that like, well, they did this in the Showa series all the time. I mean, you watch Godzilla versus, or I'm sorry, Terror of Mechagodzilla. He's only in it for like X amount of minutes, and tons of people were saying this. And then my response to that is, so we're really looking back at films like 30, 40 years ago and pulling the stories from that, and then saying like, oh, this is the storytelling that we should, like, you know, be doing, you know, films that were strapped for cash and time and all of this stuff, you know, and maybe the reason why they couldn't show Godzilla was because they didn't have the time. So I tend to agree with you, you know. It was, again, it's one of those choices, though. It's one of those creative choices where it's like, if you're not going to show the creature, if you're going to take what a lot of people were assuming was the Jaws approach, you know, then you got to be talking about the monster or something, right? Look at Star Trek Wrath of Khan, you know? Khan's not in it every other second, right? But they're always talking about him. In Godzilla, it's always the Mutos, you know? And then Godzilla just happens to show up somewhere in the story there. So I think they could have still done that movie, not showing him that much, if they had constructed it a little bit differently, just in terms of how he was affecting the overall story itself, if that makes sense.
That's yeah, exactly. That's exactly like my argument for anyone bringing up like if you're trying to compare Shin and 2014 together, it's like they're very different movies. But Shin Godzilla is the focus.
Godzilla is the
entire It's like people are like, oh well, he doesn't show up that much in that movie. It's like but everyone. The whole point is, what are we doing about Godzilla? What are we doing about Godzilla? What are we doing about Godzilla the entire time? Not just, well, I'm going to go to Hawaii now to do blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, railroad, disables whatever, and then Godzilla shows up, and then next scene, and then it's like, okay, forget about the monsters for right now, or forget about Godzilla showing up, and just throughout the entirety of Shin, like you felt his presence even when he wasn't on screen.
And
so
Carter brings up a good point. Like Tremors, you hardly saw the monsters, and Tremors is a fantastic movie, but just like with Shin, the graboids are the plot of the movie. You know what I mean? It's about them. It's not about, freaking Kevin Bacon trying to figure out, how to go save his kid or something like that. Have you watched that movie recently? Like that movie holds up. Really.
Me and my wife just a couple months ago watched that. Yeah, rewatched it. God, it was a lot of fun. And like the effects on those things, like they look good. Like they still look good. And yeah, it has a nice setting and everything. And yeah, it's I remember even when I watched it as a kid, when I was younger, I did go outside, and then like I just like was like, oh no, what if there's something under the ground? And I like jumped up on a rock or something. But like it's yeah.
Oh hey, you got Alyssa Goji Geek in here.
Oh hi. I've seen you before. I know you. I know you're. You.
Oh. You. Do you know who Zimzilla is? And have you seen him in our streams?
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. This is Zimzilla's girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she has her own YouTube channel and stuff like that. So
I knew that. Like I know. I know. Like some of the.
I know you.
It's like what I said before. Like the Godzilla YouTube is very all over the place, and like I know when I've seen
knowing people, you're on the goddamn panel. Am I wrong?
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Well, hey, we'll see.
I was kidding.
I know you're kidding. I know you're kidding.
Oh my gosh. Tonight on stream, Bryce learns he has eyes.
Sometimes I don't feel like I do. Let's see. Yeah, if you could see the tremors more, it would kill the entire tone of the film. Yeah, that very much so.
Now look, I like Tremors 2. I could deal with the sequel. I thought that was okay. I had fun with it. I'm probably in the minority. Couldn't really get past anything after 3. Tried to watch whatever the last one was, 5 or 6, which was A Cold Day in Hell, where they like went out to the Yuma sand dunes or something and put like a blue filter over it and said they were in Antarctica. Did you see that one?
No, my wife did though. My wife has seen all of them.
Dude, it was so bad. It was so bad. And it's just, desert sand dunes cannot pass for like snowy hills. I'm just saying. It's not the same texture, but whatever.
Yeah, she was telling me that like, they had, pretended it was, in the cold or whatever. Because like
the actors though, I hope they like filmed like in December or January, because they were like out there in like Arctic, clothes and all this stuff. And I'm just thinking like, yeah, they probably shot this shit in July or something,
Yeah, I had heard, she had told me too that it's like they have like a thing with like the product, like the company or whatever that does the movies, like that they keep working and they'll let them like do another sequel, but on a diminished budget every time. Like they literally have a shrinking budget per like sequel or something. So yeah.
Can you scroll up just a little bit? Will Space Tree had a really glorious suggestion.
Okay.
Would G14 be better if they released the butthole cut?
Oh God. Oh no. Okay.
Magical Mr. Mutophiles.
Oh God. I don't know if I ever want to see Godzilla with a butthole.
We should probably just stop it right there, because you do know that somewhere out there.
Okay. Yep. I know. That's I've seen a few things, Matt, that I wish I never saw. I'll tell you what. If someone has the ability to draw, they'll draw it.
Oh, it's fucking awesome. But yeah, Tremors, fantastic fucking movie. I wish there was more movies like it out there. I was really curious to see what they were going to do with that Amazon series that never got picked up. You ever see that?
No. There
was a trailer that dropped last year or the year before, but Kevin Bacon was going to be in a Tremors TV series.
Yes. I thought that was still happening.
No. No, they released a trailer for it, and it never got picked up.
Oh, okay. That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially since they were getting Kevin Bacon back in there too, you know, like interested in it. That'd be really cool, but oh well.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking over here on your chat. Why are they back on buttholes?
Oh my god.
Space Tree.
And John is saying he's drawing it right now. Good. Thank you, John. You can send that to me never.
Oh, that's amazing. And Alyssa, no, I'm not going to be on the YouTubers panel. I am not.
Yeah. Matt's too good for the panel.
Okay. Yeah, I'm so good that I volunteered myself so my friends could actually be on it. That's how egotistical I am. Which is partially true because I think I was telling you there were people that I was talking to that were like, I'm just gonna leave, you know, and I'm just like, no, don't leave. We don't have to get into that drama, but
yeah, I wouldn't want to see, like, especially with anyone who hasn't been on there. I definitely wouldn't want to like cut that off there or whatever. It's just interesting that like this year that were that many people who wanted to jump on it this time, because like what was it, like 2 years ago there was just like 2 people on the panel.
Yeah,
you know, like it's just like it's amazing how it like blew up the last couple years.
Yeah. It's interesting how these things go. I don't get it, but you know, what are you gonna do? What happened to that Lord of the Rings show Amazon was going to do?
I think they're still going to do it.
Last I thought I heard, I think that unless they are able to film soon, they're gonna have to cancel it.
Oh, Jeff Bezos can't get his heart on with Lord of the Rings then. Oh no, I'm so sad. I'm actually more interested in them doing the Wheel of Time they picked up on, but I'm also fucking afraid because I'm afraid they're gonna ruin it or something. So just gonna have to wait and see. God.
Alyssa asked if you do any other panels at G-Fest.
I mean, she might also be asking you too, like if you were going to do a panel.
Yeah, we got the cat holes, the butthole cut we're showing at G-Fest this year.
Oh my god. Yeah. He does have a panel.
Yeah,
and
so do you. Pimp out.
Yeah, I was about to say it, and so do I.
If you're freaking stream, pimp
yeah,
out.
I know.
Stuff.
Well, I wanted to pimp you out this time, Matt. Maybe that, huh? How do you feel being on the receiving end this time?
It feels great.
So anyway, yeah, I do have. So hopefully, okay. I know we're not trying to talk about like depressing things, but if G-Fest still hopefully happens, you know. I'll be on the YouTube panel, and I will be having my own panel for Gridman because I have a horrible obsession with that show, and I'll be talking about a little bit about the original Japanese live action, the anime, and then the American adaptation all together. So
I really want to come to that one because I would really like to see that. That'd be super cool. And I also know that you haven't met him yet, but my buddy Garrett, who I think you'd really get along with, he swears by that show. I know that he would probably really enjoy, you know, going there. The reason why I think you guys would get along is because he enjoys content like your stuff. I don't know if he's seen your stuff, but the style that you do and you know, knowing kind of like where your mind's at on how you want to present panels and stuff, I think he'd probably really enjoy it. So yeah, I hope I get to see it. But yeah, we got the Monstrosities panel, which is hopefully still on. You know, at the moment, we just got to kind of see where things go at the moment. Yeah. And then I'm also part of the Kamen Rider Kuga panel, which I got to get started on that too, i.e. watching the show. But
oh, you haven't even watched it yet, Matt. Oh,
I watched the first 15 episodes a couple years ago, but I need to get refreshed with it. It's a great fucking show. And that's actually one of those shows too that I'd recommend you if you ever wanted to start someplace. But Kuga, dude, so awesome. Kuga and Agito, like essentially the first Heisei shows to be done. Feels, you want to talk about the realistic grounded stuff? It's those shows, dude. It's great. It's so good. I love Kamen Rider when it's grounded, like when it's not a bunch of flashy moves and stuff. When it's literally like, in order to kill a monster, he has to like snap its neck or something. It's not an energy kick or something. It's it's just something like that. Let's see. Let's see. We should all stream together sometime. I really need to stream again. Yeah, we should. Hey, Courtney gave me a new nickname. I got a new nickname here tonight. You see this?
I'm trying to. Where?
I like that shit.
Matt, Lord of the Buttholes. Oh, that's right. I forgot I can do this.
Yes.
I forgot it's a thing. You are now Matt.
Can I change my name here?
I mean, you can if you want.
Monstrosities, Lord of the Buttholes.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's going to follow me around. I'm going to get kicked off of G-Fest just for that. GD, do you know this guy calls himself the Lord of the Buttholes?
Oh, my God. Like, it's probably not the worst thing they've dealt with. Let me see.
Alyssa says that she does I do interviews, so if you guys want to do that, I'm down. Better now before I leave for the Navy. It'd be kind of cool to get her on here or something. Or, we could have over on Monstrosities, whatever anybody wants. Or on Alyssa's channel.
I would love to do that. I'd love to just, be able to like stream with other people. That'd be sweet. It's
really, dude, it's always cool to do that. Like when we did the one with Up From the Depths, Kaiju Legends and Blue Nova, like that was pretty cool. Just to kind of like get everybody together in the same kind of room, and can actually meet people and talk to people and everything. And then Courtney says that she can be the honorary midget.
Oh my God, Courtney.
I don't know what that means, but I like where this is going.
Oh my God.
I am ruining your live stream.
I'm trying to
my shit all over it.
Oh my God. I'm trying to pull up. Oh my God.
What are you pulling up?
So I'm trying to pull up what Turtle Approved apparently made.
Did you something?
He did, and I'm like trying to figure out how to like. I want to grab it, like, because I keep like clicking on it, and then it keeps like not doing what I want it to. Okay, do that, and then okay, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save it. Okay, so wait, no. All right, so I can do share screen. All right, do share screen. Your browser. No, I didn't. Oh God, I accidentally blocked it earlier because I didn't want to share something, and now like I don't know how to undo it.
Oh.
Fuck.
Can you send it to me over? Because I can share my screen. Can you send it to me over Discord?
I sure can.
Let's see if I can try to do this. Maybe. Oh, Space Tree is the best idea in the world. Look at what he suggested.
And for the next stream, Professor Kaiju brings in his special. I told you earlier, Space Tree, I'm scared of that movie. I mean, I'm totally not. I totally am going to watch it. I didn't say I never would watch it while Matt wasn't here. That's for sure. I don't know what you're. Okay, you know, I'm morbidly curious about it, considering how much you promote that movie.
I mean, it's one of those movies that nobody knows about that people should watch. It's just a weird movie, and I'm glad something like this can exist. Okay, hold on. I'm going to try to share the screen here. Select window or screen. Allow.
Yeah, see, that's what it accidentally did. I said didn't allow, and now it's like doesn't want to.
Yeah, and this is weird. Streamer Firefox cannot allow permanent access to your screen. That's weird. Tell you what, let me try to exit out. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna come in back through Google. So can you add me just real quick?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Okay, hold on just 1 second here.
It's Max G. Oh God, no, Turtle! Don't say that. Don't say that. Even the internet don't want to see this butthole. Oh, I don't know. Like I don't know why it's not doing it now. Like, I guess after I said the one time, it wouldn't let me do it. Hey!
Hello. Okay, let's try it now.
All right.
Okay. There we go. Is it working?
Okay, I have to add this. Okay. Oh, there we go. Can we... Hold on. Is there a way to... okay.
It's as big
That's
as
the
I can get
biggest
it.
I can get. Okay. His tiny little butthole right there. Yeah, I guess it was...
Now I know. Okay.
Oh my god, no. No.
It's pretty epic. I'm just saying. Pretty epic.
I mean, that's what I get since I like antagonized you guys like over and over every time. Like instigated it every time over there.
We should you know what we should do? We should see if Alyssa is still in here, and maybe we can set up a stream on your channel if you want to, and maybe get a couple people up on here, get some more people coming to your channel, since it would be, you know, better for traffic and stuff. Maybe you can get like her, maybe you can ask Zilla, maybe you can even ask like Andres if he wants to jump on. You know, it'd be a massive call, but it also, again, it's your channel though. But if you don't do it, I'm going to do it because that sounds like fun.
I would love to do something like that. Definitely set something up like that. Or did you mean now? Or you mean just like setting something up, like talking about like doing?
I mean, no, I mean setting something up. But I mean, if you were, depending on how long you were going to go for and shit like that, you could always, you know, you could see if Alyssa wanted to come on right now if you wanted to, or somebody else. But it's like I said, it's your show. This isn't After Dark.
Yeah.
Even though it's kind of turning into that a little
yeah, that's a kind of felt like it had that kind of that vibe.
I'm sorry. I've you had such a sweet chat going talking about animes, and since I've arrived, it's been buttholes and greasy stranglers and this movie sucks, that show sucks. But hey, we talked about Kamen Rider, and there was a lot of good Kamen Rider stuff that you need to check out that you would enjoy. In fact. You're just done. You're like
no, like I'm trying to like just think of like what I want to do, because yeah, I think I don't think I want to go on for too much longer from now. But yeah, I'll definitely need to set something up later. Maybe send some people some messages. But yeah, I'm gonna try to get the Kamen Rider, but I don't know like what order of things I want to watch. Like if I want to watch another Ultraman series first.
You should watch Zeto first. You have 45 minutes that you can spare.
That's right. It's a 45. It's like is it like just a quick movie, sort of like small, short?
Self-contained movie.
Okay.
Has references not necessarily to other series, but tropes that you would recognize if you watch the other shows, but not tropes that you need to know in order to enjoy the movie. That makes sense.
Okay.
That's this one right there. That one.
Okay.
Watch it, Bryce. You would fucking love it. I'm telling you.
Okay.
You're like, okay.
I mean, you're telling me to watch the Greasy Strangler too, so I don't know how much.
Zeto before Greasy Strangler. Greasy Strangler is one of those movies. If you're looking for just something completely off the wall, insanity, you know, fun, weird times. If you have that weird sense of humor, you know, something like that. But if you're actually looking for like legitimate tokusatsu, you cannot go wrong with Zeto at all, or Kugo, or Agito, or J, or anything like that. But at least with those two things, that you can kind of get your feet wet a little bit, kind of see, because Zeto is very thematically like Kuga and Agito in that grounded reality kind of thing that we were talking about before. Like, you know, he can't defeat monsters by like, you know, shooting laser beams or using his final attack. He has to like, you know, impale them on like steel spikes and stuff to get rid of them, or, you know, snap one's jaw in half or something like that. So it's cool. It's good stuff. Turtle approved. Greasy Strangler movie night.
Oh, John, why are you trying to rope me into this? Well, maybe it would be easier if I shared the pain with someone else. So maybe we'll do that.
Zebraman. Have you seen Zebraman?
Yes. Have you seen? We were talking about this before. You said you think you might have seen it.
Yeah, that I have a. which is not good because if I have seen it, it means I remember nothing about it, which is bad. So I can't say. I mean, they did a sequel, didn't they? Zebra Man 2?
There's a second one which I bought after I saw the first one, but I haven't watched it yet. But the first one was it was a lot of fun. There's a couple things like I wish they had done a little different in the movie, but like the main plot of it is like there's a middle-aged guy. He has like he has a daughter. He's got a daughter, son, and wife, and he loved this old toku show that came on long time ago, and it was called Zebra Man. And he's like working as like a teacher's aide, or like he's working like at a school, and you slowly see him like putting together a costume. Like he's actually been learning to sew and put together like a Zebra Man costume, full cosplay thing and everything.
That's awesome.
But then like some crazy stuff starts happening in the city, and then there are guys who there starts like being like guys who like look like or have a similar feel to enemies from the old Zebra Man show.
Nice. And
then he starts dressing up as Zebra Man and actually starts doing heroic stuff and saving like the city. Like it's just this really weird, and then it just proceeds to get weirder from there, of course, like to the end of the movie. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That was Takashi Miike, right?
Maybe.
Okay.
That name sounds familiar to.
Oh, he's probably Japan's most popular director in the past 20 years.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, I noticed that Courtney says that she's a horror movie master, and she was asking about Greasy Strangler. Technically, Greasy Strangler can be considered horror. There's lots of fun gore stuff in there too. So, cartoony gore, I should say.
Yep, it was Takashi Miike for that one.
I've seen only a handful of his movies, and I can't say I'm the biggest fan, but
who
am I a fan of, Bryce? Who, I ask you?
The Greasy Strangler.
Jim Hosking is pretty cool. You also need to see An Evening with Beverly Loughlin. That's a good one too.
I don't know what you even said to me. Evening with
An Evening with Beverly Loughlin.
Beverly Loughlin.
It was his second feature. It actually has more prominent stars, like Aubrey Plaza is in it. The guy who plays Craig from The Office. And Colin, what is the guy's name? Guy from What We Do in the Shadows plays the Vlad the Impaler. I forgot. I don't remember. Have you seen What We Do in the Shadows?
No, actually, I had someone ask me that earlier in the chat, and yeah, no, I've heard about it. I've heard about it plenty of times, and like I've seen a couple things about it, and people talk about it, and it seems to have some stuff in it that I would like kind of weird, goofy vampire story, sort of. Yeah, it sounds good. I think you'd like that a lot. In fact, I put that above Greasy Strangler for you. And if you like that, watch the TV series. It's pretty good. Somebody mentioned Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Have you seen that? Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. My wife showed that to me. It was holy shit. That's
right.
Yeah. Well, hello there, officer. We had a doozy of a day. Just these young folks, just college students, just killing themselves all over our property.
I avoided that movie for so long because I had completely wrong misconceptions about it, and then when I finally watched it, like years after the fact, I felt so bad I didn't watch it sooner. So good. Would love to see a sequel. Doubt we ever will, but damn, that was fun. They are supposed to be doing a sequel. I think they actually did officially say they're going to be putting out a sequel now. Really? So yeah, I'm pretty sure. But you know how, again, like how some other things might be in limbo or something now because of everything. So, but hopefully we will see a sequel for it. Hopefully hopefully we'll see a sequel that's at least like 3/4 as good as the first one, So. Right. There's a movie I would recommend you if that's kind of your thing, if you like that kind of style. And it's a movie I've only seen once and I really enjoyed it, but I haven't seen anybody else ever talk about it again. It's called The Final Girls, not with an S, not with an it's plural. the final girls, and it's about this girl who she loses her mom when she's younger, and her mom was like a big like 80s like slasher actress, but her daughter and her friends managed to get stuck inside an 80s like slasher movie. And I know this is going to sound weird, surprisingly touching. I was so impressed by it. It came out around the same time as What We Do in the Shadows, and I was really pleasantly surprised by that. It was a lot of fun. Maybe not as good as Dale versus Tucker, or I'm sorry, Dale versus Tucker, Dale and Tucker versus Evil, but still definitely one that if you like that style, highly recommend it. It's so good.
Okay. Yeah, I want to say that the title sounds slightly familiar. Like I've seen that mentioned or put up somewhere for just a little bit. But yeah, that's weird. Because like I know I heard or saw some stuff for What We Do in the Shadows when that came out. But like for that, I don't think I ever saw or heard anything about it.
I think I saw a review on like Ain't It Cool News when it came out, you know?
Okay.
But yeah, definitely, dude. I think you and the missus would like What We Do in the Shadows. If you like Dale and Tucker, I definitely think that would be your thing. It's okay. It's I've seen some of other Taika Waititi's movies. I just watched Hunt for the Wilder People the other day.
So it's Taika Waititi who does the Final Girls?
No.
What We Do in the Shadows is what you meant. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I forgot that he did. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry. But yeah, I like his style. He's cool. Jojo Rabbit was good too. I don't know if you saw that.
I want to see it. It looks so weird and out there. Yeah.
Also surprisingly touching. It's great kid actors, man. I don't know what it is with that dude, but same thing with Hunt with the Wilder People. He has a way of making his kid actors just not only appear natural, but just be so fucking good. In a way that I haven't seen since like Spielberg, if that makes sense. You know, Spielberg can get like his kids to act really natural, but this guy like can bring out the comedic timing in these kids, and it just adds just a fantastic layer of richness to all this stuff. So, hey Bryce, what should you sell at G Fest? Turtle Approved wanted to know.
What?
He said, Matt, what should Bryce sell at G Fest?
Oh,
I'm asking you, what should you sell at G Fest?
I don't know. Probably some stuff that people might want to buy. So I had so many grand aspirations for this past year. Like I want to like actually try to get a little bit of merch. I wanted to like have some t-shirts or stuff like that for there. I wanted to get some print stuff done. For that, I actually really wanted to try to make like a pin.
Do it.
Like enamel pin stuff. Yeah. If I can get it ready in time. But like I know the designs have to be like for stuff like that, when I was looking into it months and months ago, have to be very like there's certain like colors and stuff like for processing them and like the way that they have to be very clean and everything. But like I really wish I could get some stuff like I have some collection of little ones like nice cutesy. Yeah, there we go. But like have something like really nice like that. I've always been a fan of like little things like that. I want to get some more print stuff for G-Fest too. My first G-Fest there when I was selling stuff, I barely had anything done for it. And I felt very nervous because I had not done art in a long time. But all the people that I met there, just like they've inspired me to keep trying with it and everything.
And in the short time that I've known you, I've also noticed that you tend to cut yourself short or sell yourself short rather.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Matt. And there's definitely no one in these comment section who will agree with you and say
Bryce never sells himself short. Ever.
Oh God.
I think it'd be cool though if you could get those pins and like t-shirts or something like that, you know?
Yeah,
you should definitely do some Gridman stuff if you can.
That was definitely an idea. I had a drawing that I was like halfway done with for a while back that I wanted to finish and have as a print. for Gridman. But I wanted to do a couple things, especially since now in the Artist Alley, like it was last year that they started enforcing it. You have to have like 1/3 of your stuff can only be Toho on there because like, oh crap, was I supposed to say that? Maybe I wasn't supposed to. I don't care. Like, who's going to even see this stream? Like, GFest is going to see this. Whatever. They did a 33% like Toho stuff you can have on there because I think I mentioned to you that before, maybe, or I don't remember.
You should highlight Turtle Approves comment. Bryce never wants to listen to me or his wife about how great he is.
I don't know what you're talking. Yeah, I do that all the time.
You'll learn. You'll learn. We're always growing as people.
Yeah.
At one point in my life, I will stop talking about buttholes and, greasy strangler. It's not going to be today, but one day, Bryce. One day. You were saying about the 33%?
Yeah, it's like JD was like cracking down on that because they're all afraid about Toho and everything possibly coming in there and stuff like that. And yeah, it's limited like so many people's art because there's so many people there who just like can't take. They told them that like a couple months into the year, into the year for GFest. So it's like, it just sucks so much because it's like all these people take so much time to do their art, and then it's like some of them 90% of their art is Toho. It's like maybe they'll do one Ultraman, maybe they'll do a couple Gamera stuff, but like it's like, oh yeah, just like you can only have 1/3 of your stuff be Godzilla related, like at the Godzilla convention.
Did I ever tell you about that Japanese convention that we went to in May of 2018? Like I am bringing this up for a reason. About like people that were allowed to draw stuff, but others who weren't. Did I ever tell you about that?
No.
So like, how you go to any convention here, anime or otherwise, every Artist Alley has prints galore of whatever, Godzilla, anime, whatever, Star Wars, Marvel. In Japan, apparently they cracked down on that shit. We went to this convention. It was a much smaller convention, but it was pretty cool. It had a bunch of like comic artists and stuff, but it also had like the guy who had drawn the original Pokemon cards, like all the art on the Pokemon cards, right? Dude was legally not allowed to draw Pokemon. So if you want an autograph, he cannot draw one because if he does that, he will get basically arrested, essentially. Shinji Nishikawa, who was a Godzilla concept designer in the Heisei era and also for the Millennium movies, he actually had a deal with Toho to where he can draw any fucking Toho monster that he wants, right? It is so weird why they're like that. But yeah, in a place like G-Fest, like because of the fact it's so like centralized, like Toho's had their eyes on them for years, doesn't make it any less annoying, but it's just the entity of which they deal with.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing too, is like why out of nowhere, like they've been doing this for as long as they have, and now they're just like starting to crack down on it. But I think some people just didn't really pay attention to it, and it's just like,
well, I'm sure they selectively didn't really pay attention to it.
Yeah,
I mean they're taking a risk no matter what. But you should I don't know if you have like any original characters or stuff, but just make some fun Gridman stuff, just maybe some fun general tokusatsu stuff. If there's another tokusatsu series that strikes your fancy outside of like Godzilla or something, watch Kamen Rider and do some cool Kamen Rider stuff. That's what you need to do. I want some Kamen Rider Zeto art from you. I want Zeto and all 4 monsters that are in there too, in your style. Actually, there's 5 monsters. I want a complete set. It doesn't have to be like an enamel set, but I want like a picture set of the entire cast of Kamen Rider Zeto, but in your style. I will buy that.
Oh my god! Okay.
I don't know how many other people will, but the designs in Zeto are fucking fantastic. Like they're really cool. I think you might like them. Maybe.
Okay. I definitely need to check that out. Like you said too, it's only 45 minutes, so like that'll give me it's not a huge investment like Ultraman has been now.
If you want a little bit more of a lighter hearted thing, go with Kamen Rider J.
Jay.
That would
Okay.
also probably strike your fancy quite a bit. And that's much less dark and grounded and much more kind of fantastical and light, you know? Great music, has a big kaiju fight at the very end. One of the few times that one of the few times that Kamen Rider actually goes Ultraman size to take out the final guy.
Okay. Yeah, I was about to say, I thought Kamen Rider was always one who stayed like normal human size, like instead of like growing or anything throughout the series.
He's done it just twice, Jay, and then there was a Ultraman versus Kamen Rider movie or something where Kamen Rider went to kaiju size. So
okay,
it's you should check it out though. It's good stuff. I swear to you, Bryce, it's not Greasy Strangler.
No, sorry, I was looking to the comments and just Juggler's Juggler liked to say that Bryce is an amazing husband, by the way.
And
okay.
And he would know this.
I was about to say, and then Courtney says, and friend, and Turtle approved. He's also a great lover. Okay, guys. Oh boy.
Where's your evidence?
Oh my god. Oh god, people, no.
Is this going to be one of those things where you're like selling yourself short in that arena too?
Oh my god. All right, the stream is now fucking over.
Like, no.
Oh
no.
my god. Oh god. Frito, blah blah blah, man.
I've killed your chat, Bryce.
Yeah, no.
The camera's just like gone like really like.
Yeah, I noticed it did that to you earlier too.
Yeah, it's not
like
focused now.
I love cameras, by the way.
Yeah, aren't they the greatest?
It annoys me how I try to look up like 32 tutorials for something and then just like it still fucks up on me at the end.
This one's a hell of a lot better than the other one I used to have, but it's still like it'll get that, you know, weird autofocus. And what sucks is like in a situation like this, autofocus should be off because there's only one person. But like since we usually have like 2 or 3 people here, you know, if it was just set, if it didn't have autofocus on, it would just completely just fuck it up. So like, oh wow, maybe we should end this now. This is Professor Kaiju After Dark, or maybe this is just setting the tone for future Professor Kaiju streams. If that's the case, I will be on every one of your streams, my friend. It'll be gross, it'll be wild, it'll be crazy, but at the end of the day, heartwarming too. You got nothing?
I was like, I can't. I was trying to make like a dwing effect. I can't. I just.
God. That's amazing.
Okay. I'm sorry, Courtney. I haven't seen Caveman yet. She lent me a movie, and I did completely forget about it.
Ringo Starr?
Yes, it is. She's told me.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I've never seen that one. And I'm sorry I said that in such a fucking judgmental way. Man, I'm a fucker. Is that the one with Ringo Starr? Sorry. Let's see. Do we need to go on Jerry Springer? No.
No, I don't want to go on Jerry Springer ever. I don't know why anyone ever. No, I know why, because people have trash taste. Anyway, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I don't know what else to talk about. My brain's like kind of turned off now. Since
if you want to drag this out, I will find shit to talk about. I will find shit to talk about. But it's also what is it? 10:19 your time?
It's 10:19, yeah. So it's been 2 hours, 18 minutes, it's saying so far. So
I'm in the mood for streaming. I'm actually thinking that if you end this, I'm gonna go out and get something to drink and come back, like get some caffeine and then have like an after dark here or something. See, this is the problem is you get me like I wasn't gonna stream this weekend, but now I'm like, duh.
Well, you see, that's what happened to me like last time when I joined the After Dark stream. And then I was just like, man, I kind of want to do this again. But I'm like, I don't want to bother Matt and just be like, yo, Matt, are you streaming tonight? And you're like, no. Okay, great. Next night, hey, Matt, are you streaming tonight? Just like,
tell you what, you can be on the next 5 streams if you go watch Greasy Stream.
fuck. Okay, well, that might actually get me.
And Cats, the butthole cut.
Okay, Matt, don't push it, please. Like,
Okay,
can you
okay,
just
you
like
know.
compromise? Okay. That movie still fucking scares me. Like,
That's it is. I have no idea how a movie like that in Hollywood could exist with that amount of money thrown at it. No idea.
They just look too off. Like, I don't know who okayed that movie. Like,
yeah, it's baffling, and that's one of the reasons why you got to watch it, is because literally nothing like this should exist in the way that Hollywood runs. It is just so bizarre, you know, and that's what's kind of fascinating about it, is that not only is it bizarre, but it's so bad. And again, like you said, who thought it was a good idea? You know,
I have a friend who, she's a big Cats fan, like the musical and everything, and she saw the trailer and then she had just messaged our group and was just like, oh my god, no, what did they do to it? Oh my god. She was just like, I am so upset right now. And then like I think what was the best was all the reactions I was seeing on Twitter, because I didn't know it came out, and then people were like, blah 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 Cats, and I'm like, what? So I watched the trailer, and then just so many confused tweets, and one person was just, so many people have said, oh, this was made for furries or whatever, and then someone said, hey guys, to the general public, as a furry, we don't know what's going on with this movie either. Like, we're confused about it. Like, this isn't what we wanted. No one wanted this.
It is so, I don't know. I like movies, like I like to watch movies that just like, that are so against the grain, but this movie's like so against the grain that I don't even know how to even begin to describe it. You know, and I can deal with musicals, you know. I mean, I like older musicals, you know, like Singing in the Rain and shit like that. Not huge into it, but this is just, it's fucking weird. It's fucking weird. But again, it's nice to have a variety of wacky movies out there instead of just Hollywood fast food 24/7, you know?
Yeah.
And it's nice, I guess, in some weird way, it's nice to see that something as fucking batshit insanity as that movie can exist in the Hollywood world, you know? It doesn't have to just be relegated to, because you couldn't have made that movie for, you know, $1 million on the indie level or something. You know what I mean? It needed that humongous thing. But
yeah.
Anyway.
Courtney also brings up a good point about the other horrendously terrible. Oh no, Matt! No, Matt! Did I lose you? I lost Matt, I think. Yeah. Meow. Yeah. No one wanted the. I don't know what. I don't know what the fuck was wrong with those executives who thought that was good. Oh, there we go. Hey, Matt.
My fucking mouse. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's right. You said that you accidentally keep clicking, like.
And there's like
got the weird
button on the side here that I keep on. She was talking about the Sonic trailer.
Yeah, the Sonic trailer. That's another one that's just like, who thought that was okay?
Stupid ass fucking Hollywood execs thinking they can reinvent the wheel, and why they decided. That's a decision that if this was made in like 2005, I would have understood. But in 2020, no, not after the fact that every fucking geek movie has to kind of meet that standard of like, hey, it's got to look like the source material, right? Batman, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Star Trek, Godzilla. Why they did that to Sonic, it was, I mean, they were idiots from the get-go.
Yeah. Also, Courtney brought up a good point. What was that noise, Matt?
What noise?
There was a noise like a couple minutes ago, and I know it wasn't from over here. Like, it sounded like...
Did it sound like an engine or something?
Yeah, almost.
I got a dipshit neighbor right out here. We call him Dickless, because all he does is just rev his engine all day long, because
okay,
he's compensating, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Really quiet. You know, we live in a really nice, quiet neighborhood. You know, suburban, lots of families and stuff. And then we just got this, you know, 17-year-old dipshit who's just. So, I'm sorry if that's what you were hearing. I apologize.
No, it's fine. I just want to make sure everything was okay there, and you weren't like, I don't know, like some type of like nuclear test going off behind you or something.
Yeah, you know, Corona's gotten so bad. You know, they just decided to nuke it from orbit. You know, and
just to be sure.
Yeah, and from the ashes of this rebel, I will arise as the Lord of the Buttholes and give cats as my my teachings to the world, and I will mold the world in my image, and we will be known as the greasy stranglers of. I don't know. I was trying to go with something,
and then you lost it.
I offered a while ago, I think. You look like you're done. Like you're spent. This live stream experiment, you're like, I'm good. I liked it for about the first 5 minutes, and then I can't have this guy on again, which I don't blame you. I really do appreciate you having me on, though. I hope I haven't made it too fucking.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm happy to have someone else on here. I definitely next time want to. I wanted to experiment with this because I've never done this before. But I think next time I will make sure to have a little bit of a list off to the side just to give myself some like points to go over if I want to or whatever. And I wasn't sure how many people were going to tune in. I'm happy that we've had like at least a couple handfuls of people on here to begin with at all. So, I don't know. And I wasn't sure, like, I was hoping that I'd get a little bit more from the channel just to let maybe some people know that I'm not dead, that I will be uploading a video at some point. Don't worry, guys. It's still happening, but no. Maybe some people will watch, like, once I re-upload it to YouTube or whatever. But I think I am going to call it right now because it has been about 2.5 hours. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. This has been such a... Yeah. Oh, no. You've really killed it with that reference.
Hey, at least... I can't even make a sequel trilogy reference. At least that was still when the franchise was still kind of good. Kind of.
I can't really say... I really can't say. I know some people apparently have been examining the prequel series and being like, maybe they were masterpieces, and then some guy watches like, what the fuck are you guys talking about?
It's had some good stuff in there, but you know,
there are some hints of stuff in there, and there's some like fair stuff here and there in it, but like as a full-on movie, just like every time they show that clip of just, I hate sand, it's coarse and just like, I'm like, no.
You know what, dude? If that was written today, that would be considered to be top-notch writing. I mean, compared to some of the shit that passes for this stuff in Hollywood right now, that's like Picard would kill for writing like that. They'd be like, "Oh, mwah, perfecto!" Like that's how good it is in this day and age. It was ahead of its time in that regard. There's a lot of stuff in those movies that honestly, like, people are like, oh, they're so much worse than the sequel trilogy. And it's like, are you kidding me? Like, half the shit's the same. You know, same bad humor, same bad dialogue.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm.
But anyways, you said you were going to call it. So call it!
Yeah. I'm going to call it, guys. Thank you for everyone for joining. I really appreciated just the viewership I got. Thank you guys. And thank you, Matt, for joining me. And again, everyone, this is Matt from Monstrosities, a tokusatsu vlog. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do. He's got some good stuff on there.
Pretty much everything that you got a taste for tonight, that's all we do over on my channel, so you probably don't want to come. I'm just saying. But for some reason, Bryce keeps on wanting to come back and be on live stream. So
yeah, I don't know. I have bad tastes. What can I say?
Yes. But Bryce, thank you ever so much for letting me on here. And I really hope you end up doing a lot more streams. I hope you can get more people on here and kind of, you know, you've always said how you don't know a lot of people in the community and stuff, but I think this would be a really cool way of you being able to like get with some other personalities and stuff that you otherwise might not have the opportunity to interact with, you know? So
yeah, that it might be. Now that I know that I can, that I have a setup that I can actually do this fairly easily on, I think.
I was going to say you're, I don't think we were getting any lag when you and I have done it, but it's been perfect. Like outside of me, you know, clicking off my fucking mouse here, like it's been pretty damn good. So
Yeah, I've been happy with the connection here because I was afraid that like my internet connection might have been a little whatever, but yeah, thankfully there hasn't been any like choppiness or anything like that. Yeah.
cool.
All right.
Cool.
Okay, so I guess I've never actually ended a stream before, so okay.
Well, say goodbye to everybody. Thank everybody.
All right, yes, everybody, thank you for coming. I appreciate you.
Say goodbye to all your friends.
Putting up for all this bullshit. Thank you.
Hours.
Yeah. Thank you for putting up with the awkward silences and the like 30 times I said or the fuck just did it again. Anyway, thank you guys. Have a good night. And as always, I'll see you at some point.
Adios.